So much for joining us at 10. I'm Mark McPherson. Thousands of people living with disabilities walked across UW-Whitewater's football field tonight. The parade marked the start of the Special Olympics Wisconsin Summer Games. WMTV's Nicole Herzog was in Whitewater tonight for that opening ceremony. Nicole, organizers say the event is about more than going for the gold.
Yeah, athletes had their moment in the spotlight tonight as they walked across that field with fans cheering them on from the stands. That ceremony kicks off 2 days of powerlifting, soccer, tennis, and more. But organizers say inclusion is the name of the game when it comes to the Special Olympics. A moment to celebrate. Each person, each accomplishment. Sounds of support marked the start of the Special Olympics Summer Games.
They've worked really hard to get to this point, and moving forward throughout the weekend, they're going to be experiencing teamwork. They're going to be experiencing that camaraderie.
Thousands of athletes compete in regional competitions around the state to qualify for this big week, and there's an activity for everyone.
Standing long jump and 100-meter walk.
For Oregon, doing javelin and long jump.
But during the Special Olympics, the greatest victory happens before the winners are announced.
Nobody judges you for being you.
For individuals with intellectual disabilities, this is their opportunity to form community, to have bonds, to create friendships.
Health professionals will also be at the event providing free health and fitness screenings this week.
It's healthy, it's giving them opportunities for competition, and the Special Olympics Wisconsin movement really is something that is creating inclusive communities across the state of Wisconsin, and this is just one way we're doing that.
The games will start at 8:30 in the morning tomorrow and Saturday on the UW-Whitewater campus. For now, live in studio, Nicole Herzog, WMTV 15 News.
Thanks, Nicole. The event is free to attend. Organizers say anyone is welcome to cheer on the athletes.